So if you were to talk to your younger self who had these little kids, what would you tell yourself now?
Hmm. That's a really great question. You know what? I think I would just have to approach my younger self with a lot of grace, right? And probably what I would say is less intensity, more love. And I say that because my younger self was a self that was bound in perfectionism. It was trapped in um, appearance and concerned about what others thought about how I was parenting. And because I was so concerned about how it looked on the outside, I felt like I needed to get it right. I needed to be right. And without knowing it, that deep concern about what others thought about my parenting was creating a home where that was a priority versus teaching my kids about communication skills or emotional regulation or even healthy conflict resolution, right? So I think if I could just turn back to that young mom, I would be like, breathe, relish the moment instead of trying to control it.
That's really good. There's so many extremes on all realms of life that I think sometimes when people feel out of control or they see something that's out of control, they try to control a situation to feel safe. These moments with these little ones are not going to always be like
Yeah.
this. It's going to change very quickly.
Yeah. And that was something I had to learn about myself, right? I realized that when I become afraid, I do control. And it's like you said, I'm grasping for certainty because certainty makes me feel safe. And I think one of the things as parents, particularly when you are a younger parent, you haven't yet had time to really have that interior journey with the Holy Spirit. Where you allowing love to really cleanse those unhealed places and those broken spaces. And so you're still trying to find alignment and wholeness yourself, and you end up parenting a lot out of broken spaces. So there were a lot of things that I had to turn back to the kids and ask forgiveness for. When I knew better and I could understand that place in those younger years.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I like that. And I do believe it's really powerful when kids can experience us like making amends with our spouses, with each other, when they can see their parents doing that, and when they can see their parents asking for forgiveness. But then also when as parents we can realize that we don't have to be like the one that has all the answers, and a lot of times we're not gonna get it right, and just to be humble enough to say to them, like, "Forget will you forgive me? Like, I screwed up here. Like, I totally messed this up, and wish I could do it all over again, but, I'm really sorry that this happened, and can we like, reconnect our hearts again? Can we figure out a way to move forward together?"
Absolutely what I was thinking was that when we do that, we're also modeling to them. And one of the things that I learned very early on in parenting lessons is that more is caught than taught. And so I can say a lot of things, but they're watching. And for me to turn toward and admit when I've made a mistake and ask forgiveness, that's actually teaching them that emotional regulation and conflict resolution and all that. That's so important for life skills.